Everyday Heroes.
A Good Samaritan saves an Arizona state trooper. An Arizona state trooper who was ambushed while responding to a road accident was saved when a passerby took matters into his own hands and shot the attacker dead. Arizona State Trooper Edward Andersson responded to a car accident on the I-10 on Thursday morning when he came across an injured woman who had been ejected from her vehicle. Andersson immediately started putting out road flares to block the lanes when he was ambushed. The suspect shot Andersson at least once and fought him to the ground. A passerby who stopped to help came to the trooper's aid by retrieving a gun from his car and fatally shooting the suspect. Authorities said the suspect who shot and fought the trooper may have been involved in the initial car crash. However, it is not clear if the suspect and the injured woman were otherwise connected. Being a state trooper is dangerous. Here are some stories on previous attacks.
Kentucky cop killer suspect was Black Lives Matter activist. Joseph Thomas Johnson Shanks, the Missouri man suspected of shooting and killing Kentucky State Trooper Joseph Cameron Ponder before dying in a shootout with cops, was reportedly an active Black Lives Matter supporter who protested against violence. At 10:20 p.m. on September 13th, Johnson Shanks was pulled over along I-24 westbound for reasons as yet unknown. 2 women and 2 children were also in the car. Johnson Shanks' license was suspended, but police say Officer Ponder decided not to make an arrest. Instead, the trooper tried to help, suggesting the group stayed at a nearby hotel. But suddenly, Johnson Shanks fled and Ponder began a high-speed pursuit. He then suddenly stopped, causing Ponder to crash into him. Authorities say the suspect then leaned out of his window and fired at the trooper. Former Navy veteran and since this January, Kentucky State Trooper Joseph Cameron Ponder died at a local hospital at 11:41 p.m. He was 31 years old. The suspect then fled into the woods on foot, leaving the women and kids behind. At around 7 a.m., police spotted him in a wooded area and officers closed in. Johnson Shanks refused orders to drop his weapon, and after pointing the gun in the direction of an officer, he was fatally shot by police. A Facebook account under the name J Mile High is believed to have been used by Johnson Shanks. The page featured dozens of images of Johnson Shanks participating in Black Lives Matter protests, as well as him attending the funeral of slain teen Michael Brown. Johnson Shanks appeared to be a person committed to nonviolence, and in one post he seems to even defend police who shot a man brandishing a knife. What turned this activist into a suspected killer? And have police officers now really become assassination targets just because they wear a uniform? Louisiana State Trooper shot in the head during traffic stop. A Louisiana State Trooper was shot in the head near Lake Charles on Sunday afternoon while conducting a traffic stop on a suspected impaired driver. Louisiana State Trooper Stephen Vincent was shot as he responded to a report of a pickup truck driving in an unsafe manner. The truck was later found in a ditch. The driver of the truck reportedly said, "You are going to die soon," to Vincent before shooting him with a sawed-off shotgun. Some passerby pulled over to help Vincent and detained the suspect using Vincent's handcuffs. Authorities said charges against the suspect will include attempted murder of a police officer.
Teen shoots 2 troopers as they arrest his dad. Droves of Alaska State Troopers flew into the tiny village of Tanana on Thursday. They assembled a SWAT team to arrest 19-year-old Nathaniel Satch Conjus for killing Trooper Gabriel Gabe Rich and Sergeant Patrick Scott Johnson of the Alaska State Patrol. The string of events started Wednesday when Village Patrol Safety Officer Mark Haglin went to speak with Arvin Congus, Nathaniel's father, regarding a dispute over a couch. Haglin left when he was threatened by Congus. Haglin called in the big boys, Rich and Johnson, who flew in to provide Haglin with some backup. When they returned to the Congus household, Arvin tried escaping on foot but was tackled by the troopers. Nathaniel witnessed his father struggling with the troopers and took action, which included firing 7 shots that may put him behind bars for the next 200 years. When he was finished with the officers, he turned the sights on Haglin but refrained from pulling the trigger. Both officers died as a result of the shooting, and Nathaniel was arrested the following day. Arvin said his son had mental issues. A friend of the Conguses told the Alaska Dispatch that the boy was brainwashed by Alaska Native rights radicalism. It all happened because of a stupid couch, said Tanana resident Florence Folger.
Here's how the Pennsylvania ambush suspect was identified by police. A search is underway for the man who killed a Pennsylvania state trooper and wounded a second in an ambush attack outside their police barracks late Friday. police have identified the suspect as 31-year-old Eric Matthew Frine. Frine's father, a U.S. Army veteran who taught his son how to use a rifle, said Frine doesn't miss. According to the criminal complaint filed against him, Eric Frine used a .308 caliber rifle to kill a Pennsylvania state trooper and seriously wound a second officer outside the Blooming Grove Barracks in Pike County around 10:50 p.m. Friday. On Monday, Frine's Jeep Cherokee was discovered partially submerged in a retention pond in a wooded area in Pike County by a man who was walking his dog. Inside, police found 2 spent .308 cartridges, camouflage face paint, 2 empty rifle cases, a black hooded sweatshirt, and information concerning foreign embassies. A warrant was served at Frine's home on Monday night, where police found a manual titled Sniper Training and Employment and 14 spent .308 caliber rifle cartridges. Frine is a survivalist who has a grudge against law enforcement, George Bivens, Deputy Commissioner of Operations for the State Police, said in a press conference on Wednesday.
I want to take a moment, as I did the other day, and I'd like to directly address Eric Frine again. In the event you are listening to this broadcast on a portable radio, while cowering in some cold, damp hiding place, I want you to know one thing. Eric, we are coming for you. It is only a matter of time until we bring you to justice for committing this cowardly act.